And time now for a segment brought to you by Ortho Rhode Island. May, if you did not know, is National Osteoporosis Month. And here now to talk about bone health, we have a dynamic duo, Dr. Anthony DeLuise and physician assistant Zach Hudson. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Brendan.
Great to have you here. As we were chatting before we went on, this is such an important month, a great opportunity to really create or enhance awareness about bone health. Really, Zach, let's start with you and discuss what the Ortho Rhode Island Bone Health Clinic really is and what people need to know, because this is a resource that can help so many.
Absolutely. So really, it's an extension of care that we offer to our patients who have suffered a fragility fracture secondary to either osteoporosis or osteopenia.
And that kind of leads us into our next talking point here. The difference between those two things you just alluded to. We know the word osteoporosis, but what do we really need to know in terms of what those both really are?
Absolutely. So osteoporosis, it's defined as porous bone essentially. So this occurs when a patient loses too much bone tissue. When that happens, patients then have weaker bones, which increases the risk of them suffering a fragility fracture from something as simple as a minor fall. Osteopenia is the precursor to osteoporosis. So patients that kind of fall into this category, they still have weaker bones, they still have a decreased bone density. They have the likelihood of a fracture in the future, but it's not as severe enough to be categorized as osteoporosis.
Right, because I think people hear those terms, they're not sure exactly what they are. And Dr. DeLuise, let's talk about what a visit to you folks really is all about, what people can expect if they come in.
Sure. I would add to that point is osteopenia in the setting of a low energy fragility fracture, I think you would still be treated as an osteoporosis patient. So I think that's important for our community to understand. So if I see a patient who has a low energy fall, distal radius fracture, wrist fracture, and I question them about if someone's seeing them for osteoporosis or treating them for osteoporosis and the answer is no, I will refer them to our bone health clinic. Part of that would include whether or not they had a bone density scan within the last 2 years. We would get some appropriate blood work to check their vitamin D and calcium levels, among other things. And then when they go to the bone health clinic, they'll see Zach or Alyssa or James, our three PAs that take care of these patients. And they will, risk stratify them, educate them, see what their family history is, past history is, other fractures in the past, fall risk. It may take 1 or 2 visits, and then eventually it may be something as simple as just diet changes or adding vitamin D to your regimen or weight-bearing exercise to your regimen. Maybe we consider some sort of pharmacological medication to add to their regimen.
And you brought props.
I did.
What do we need to know here?
So osteoporosis, this is a vertebral body. A lot of times people notice it if you start to slump over, stoop over as you get older. 1 in 2 women over the age of 50 will get osteoporosis. 1 in 4 men over the age of 50 will get osteoporosis. And this is just a thinning of the bone. Some of the medications that we would use may actually increase the bone to kind of see that difference there, I see.
It's so very important that we take this knowledge and really run with it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. You're doing remarkable work. We appreciate you sharing it with us here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
If you would like more information on this segment brought to you by Ortho Rhode Island, we'll have a link with more info at rhodeshow.com.